Hey everybody, I'm back with another Rug Delver Legacy League. So I haven't been able to play too much over the last week, what with the triumphant return of the Boston Bruins in the Stanley Cup playoffs. But I'm back at it here, and so today we're just going to be trying the Tarmogoyfs in the main deck. I brought back in the basic island. Tropical Island should be better with Tarmogoyf in the deck. You'll want those green drops earlier. Um, And I mean, Hooting Mandals is crazily good. It goes great with 11 cantrips. But everyone is like playing hybrid versions of this deck with less than 4 Dreadhorde Arcanists and a bunch of Tarmogoyfs. And Tarmogoyf just dominates the mirror. Now the thing is I'm pretty sure I tried this exact build before and I hated it, just because Hooting Mandals is crazy. But I think this is what I have to do through the mirror, so I'm gonna try to tough it out here and make it work. So that's what it is, and we'll be back with round one. Okay, so for round one, I'm on the draw, and obviously this hand has everything you want except for a Force of Will. The opponent keeps as well. A basic forest, alright. Well, I mean, I guess you gotta be thinking Elves or some kind of Cloud Post deck. I guess Maverick. Well, anyway, I'm gonna play Ponder here, looking for threats. No, I guess I'm looking for counter spells. Alright. And I'm just gonna get Tropical Island. I have to be disciplined and not fetch Island all the time, even though it's what I want to do. Alright, I think this is good. I would just like to jam the Dreadhorde on turn 2. I don't know how many creatures he could play. I really don't want to Daze here anyway. It'll be much better to Daze this turn once I have Dreadhorde out. Savannah. Not Argothian Enchantress. Okay. Do I want to Force of Negation this? I think I do since I'm drawing Daze. I'm going to pitch Brainstorm, because I'm going to have to shuffle away that Oko that's on top of my library. So even if this Dreadhorde doesn't get to attack, we'll get to play Oko. Unless I Daze something and lose Dreadhorde Arcanist. So I've got to try to not let that happen. Oh, Wasteland. Okay. Talia. Alright, well the good news is that Dreadhorde's going to get to attack. If he Wastelands me, Daze is pretty good. But I should be playing Ponder on this Dreadhorde. Unless I draw Lightning Bolt. Okay. So I can't bolt this turn anyway. After I flash back this Ponder. I'm just thinking about which mana I'm going to use to pay for the Ponder, but I guess it doesn't matter because I don't have any Hooting Mandrills that I could play for a single green anyway. Well, there's a Lightning Bolt. Damn, so it's a tough question. Do I want to play Delver of Secrets this turn and not be able to daze anything? Because Dreadhorde will win the game. If you played something like Knight of the Reliquary, we would really want to be able to daze it. But if you play something like Swords to Plowshares, it'd be a lot better just to have Delver of Secrets in play. I think I kind of just want to sit back. I think that's what I'm going to do with the 2 Dazes in hand. I just want to get so I can Lightning Bolt Talia. So I already played a land this turn. So I'd be looking at, well, I guess I can only play 1 Daze anyway. So maybe Daze, Delver, and Bolt is the order. I mean, it doesn't really matter if I draw Bolt or Delver. But I think that's fine. Alright, what does my opponent have here? Is it a Knight of the Reliquary? Maybe he'll play Knight of the Reliquary without sacking a land, and I'll get to bolt both of them. Kazali Pride Mage. Well, that's fine. Alright, well, I feel pretty good about all of this. Now, do I want to daze this? I think I'm actually just going to use Lightning Bolt on it. Because I really don't care about the Kazali Pride Mage. Dreadhorde Arcanist is just so crazily good. I guess I'll get the Tropical, since I don't have any red cards. And we still have Oko waiting in the wings here. Scavenging Ooze. Well, that is not a bad one. So what am I going to do about the Scavenging Ooze is the question. Okay, so I'm going to get to Dreadhorde, so that's good news, at least. Do I want to Brainstorm in my upkeep to set up this Delver? I might sure to play Brainstorm this turn. Well, I guess I might want to play Oko. But I would probably find a land between two Brainstorms, and the Dreadhorde's probably not going to get much better. So I guess I'm going to have to take the chance that I don't find a land with Dreadhorde. I mean, Delver seems like it kind of has to flip if I'm going to win. The Scavenging Ooze is pretty good, I guess. Well, I found a land. I guess this is fine, so we'll get to a flashback. I mean, I didn't set up my Delver though. That was poor planning. Oh, I did set up my Delver. I'm a genius. Okay. All right. All right. So I mean, I have to attack with Dreadhorde. I think I'm okay attacking with both. He can put me down to 4, but he'll probably have to attack Oko, and that's just gonna have to be fine. It's too bad Oko isn't better, but Ooze ends up being pretty good here. But maybe he'll block my Dreadhorde Arcanist and I'll draw Lightning Bolt. That's what we're hoping for here. Well, we did not draw Lightning Bolt, which is a little unfortunate. So I'm probably still playing Oko. I mean, I could try to Preordain for it, but we're not in great shape though. That's too bad. Scavenging Ooze was pretty good. I just didn't quite have an answer for that. Okay. So I'm gonna play Oko, which means I probably, what do I want here? Like Wasteland isn't that great because I can't play a land. It's probably something I want to Preordain away. Okay. Maybe my opponent will play around like Lightning Bolt and not block. If he doesn't block, it keeps the Scavenging Ooze smaller. And he can use the Scavenging Ooze to control my Dreadhorde pretty well. Okay, so what am I going to do here, though? Do I still want to make a food? Dreadhorde arguably isn't going to do much. I could just make it into a 3/3. He can kill my Oko either way, though. Probably the thing to do is make Dreadhorde into a 3/3 since it's not doing much else. And then maybe that'll help me block Scavenging Ooze and Lightning Bolted at a later point here. maybe he'll go for a green Sun Zenith for for 3, and I'll get to Daze it. That seems like a best case scenario for me here. Dryad Arbor. Yeah, so presumably he's attacking Oko. Okay. See, it's a thing about Tarmogoyf. It's worse than Hooting Mandrills here. It's not, Tarmogoyf is not great against Scavenging Ooze. So what am I doing here? Well, these Dazes aren't going to do very much if I don't waste his Dryad Arbor. And then I could be... He's at 15. I kind of want to keep these and Wasteland... Actually, I'd probably Wasteland Savannah and keep him off white mana. And then I could play another Delver. So he's going to attack for 5. And then, so he's going down to 12. I think this has to be good enough. I just need to not screw up my Brainstorm like I almost did to myself before. Force of Will. Okay. Maybe this gets the job done somehow. So I can put back... One of the cards has to be Wasteland, and then I think it has to be Daze. And the other option would be Force of Will. But we're going to destroy his Savannah. I think I'm just going to keep the Force in hand and hope for the best, because I'll have another Wasteland later to also try to minimize his mana. So, like this. Play this. Wasteland his... Like, Dreadhorde's staying on defense anyway, so why Wasteland the Arbor? And it lets him grow his Ooze. I'm gonna try this. I guess the other thing I could do is hang back and play defense with Dreadhorde. And just block Scavenging Ooze. So it would be a 5/5, so we get to kill both of them. Or I can just be attacking here, take 5 next turn, attack again, chump block Scavenging Ooze, but then he can gain a life. That's the problem, and so 2 attacks just doesn't quite do it. So do I play Delver and just... I'll be attacking with Delver. So maybe that's somehow good enough until I can alpha him. I think that's actually the plan then, because he can gain the extra life, and he's gonna. So my 2 insectile aberration swings don't do it, because I'll have to chump block with Dreadhorde, and then he gains the life. Okay, so I'm gonna play Delver, and I'm just gonna pass. It's drawing a card. All right, what's he doing? Hopefully, he's attacking. Oh, with the Pride Mage. Okay. So I could take it and go to 7. Then on my turn, I crack him for 6. And then on his turn, what does he do? He crack him for 6 on his turn. What can he do? I'm not sure. If I block here, I think I'm just gonna take it. It just doesn't seem like a winning play to I think what I'm gonna do is still just attack with 1. Well, the Scavenging Ooze really ruined my day. Hopefully in game 2, I don't run up against it. We are going to be up against the clock here, but Scavenging Ooze was a tricky card to play against. A Collector, oof. It doesn't seem like one that I want to Force of Will. Yeah, it's hard time, so I'm just not in a great spot here. It's going to put me down to 4. Yeah, I just don't think there's anything I can do. I don't know. I just don't think there's anything I can do. It's hard times. Maybe I should have just forced his Collector Oath. That probably would have been going the right direction. Because I could still double block it. I don't know. It just seemed like a waste. But I think he'll just end up probably attacking with a bunch of guys here. And then I lose in a not great way. Yeah, I definitely should have forced the Collector Oath to have a chance at this. But even then, I don't know what I'd be doing on this turn. Whatever, it's fine. Sometimes you just lose to the 1-of Scavenging Ooze in their deck. Maybe 2-of. At least my opponent looks like they think I have something. It's a good thing this isn't real life Magic and they can like read my bluff better. So he's just going to attack with everyone. So I have to block the ooze and then something else. And go to 1. Yeah. I think I'm just going to concede. I don't know. I guess I'll just do the thing. Why not, eh? Maybe I brainstorm into double bolt. I guess that's my my big chance at this. Except he can gain life. So, not really. There's 1 bolt, but that's not going to do it. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll bring in some rough tumbles, some brazen borrowers. Alright, I feel like we almost had that one, and it just kind of slipped away. So I think that's what I want. I don't want the Force of Negation. Then what's my other cut going to be? Probably... I mean, Dreadhorde's arguably a little weak, but not really. I can't cut that card. Tarmogoyf isn't really at its best here. I mean, maybe a cantrip should be the cut. But Dreadhorde is like crazily good, and we were within inches of winning. I guess I am going to go with this. Okay, I'm going to keep. See, I really don't want to get Wastelanded on turn 1 here. I think I'm just going to play the Delver off the Volcanic Island. But maybe I should have played Ponder. Well, let's see what he does. Okay. We're not getting immediately Wastelanded. Maybe I should have just played Ponder anyway, though, because it's... If I play Dreadhorde, I'm risking getting Wastelanded again, which is pretty sad. I guess I just have to play Dreadhorde. I'm committed to this line. But I don't know, yeah, maybe Ponder's the turn 1 play there. But if I don't get Wastelanded this turn, I mean, we're crazily far ahead, is the only thing. Alright. I'm definitely going to Daze this one, lads. Holy smokes. Okay. I think I'm just going to play the Ponder first here. Just trying to find another land. And I screwed it up. Oh, man. I'm such an idiot. I don't think I'm going to get the... Okay. Whew. Oh, no, I did miss it. I'm such an idiot. Alright, well, that's fine. We'll just play these other spells. We can play Tarmogoyf. And hold up Force of Will. What do I want to do here? I guess I probably won't play Tarmogoyf this turn and just hold up Force of Will. Okay. Yeah, folks. Well, I'm not. I never said I was good at Magic. I just think my deck is good. Okay. Yeah, I think. I think this is fine. I can't play land this turn anyway. Ugh. All right. Well, at least we have a cantrip in the graveyard now. It does. Unfortunately, this deck does not quite play itself in the same manner that the Ren and 6 version did. Yeah, we'll just force this. I guess I don't want to draw the Tarmogoyf. Alright, this is going to be a clock-efficient match, which is nice. It's just the insane power of the deck on display right now to quickly take over the game. Okay, these are great cards. So we'll want a cantrip for next turn, so Delver has to wait. Alright, my opponent's running down their clock there. It's good. So they almost, we almost got their game one. And then this game's a blowout. Maybe they're playing like 2 Scavenging Oozes, but that's probably what Maverick does these days. One mana. Elvish Reclaimer. He can have that one. He or she. Or they. Okay. It's pretty tempting just to gain control of their Elvish Reclaimer. I guess I kind of want to shuffle. Like, Lightning Bolt's really the card I want here. Brazen Borrower is pretty good. That makes it pretty easy to do this. Scrib Ranger. Is this worth Force of Willing? I think so, since it can attack Oko. Hopefully he doesn't have Veil of Summer here. That'd be brutal. Uh-oh. Alright, these cards seem okay. So we'll just do something like this. And I guess I'm just gonna Wasteland this thing now. I guess I probably should have played Preordain right away there for Dreadhorde Arcanist. That's one thing about Tarmogoyf. You can't afford not to be playing these cantrips. It'll be fine. We'll be attacking for plenty next turn. Alright, I'm just gonna play Petty Theft on this. And, attack. Yeah, there was definitely a better way to execute that. It would have been better to play Preordain last turn. Oh, he's got the food anyway. I feel foolish. He's at 1 though, and we'll have more guys next turn. Okay. Alright, so on the draw, I'm gonna bring in a couple Force of Negations. Just don't think Daze is that great. Maybe that's silly. But, like, stopping like a Green Sun Zenith, I don't think Daze is that great. And I've got lots of answers. Like, it's not like we have to Daze Knight of the Reliquary. I mean, it's just Scavenging Ooze we're worried about. Daze probably isn't a good enough answer to Scavenging Ooze on the draw, so I'll just do the Preordain. I think this is fine. Wait, I should get another card still. 3 Force of Negations is kind of a lot. I could win the game, though, by sorting something targeting Dreadhorde Arcanist. And Daze just isn't that great on the draw. This hand, this hand's pretty sketchy. Alright. We're not going to want to be pitching any blue cards to force. We want to draw a cantrip. This, unfortunately went a little ratchet. Maybe I should have just stuck with that first hand. If he goes like Savannah, Mother of Runes, I'd probably have to consider Wastelanding, but he's not doing that. Well, hopefully we draw something good here. Lightning Bolt. Ugh. Well, that fell apart this game, unfortunately. Maybe I should have mulliganed my 6. That was just a tough 7 to get presented with, so that's unfortunate. Well, he didn't do anything. Okay, and that's a pretty good draw. So maybe it's not over yet. He probably has like a swords here, would be my guess. I mean, why else would he keep a hand like this? But it's good news that my opponent kept like a worse hand than mine. Scrib Ranger's fine. Okay, so that'll get him some mana on this turn. So does he have Scavenging Ooze? That would be pretty brutal. Hopefully he just doesn't do much here, but he has a whole bunch of mana, so I'd imagine he's doing something. There's the Knight. So finding a Lightning Bolt off this Preordain would be pretty clutch. Oh man. Okay, not Lightning Bolt yet. Lightning Bolt now. Oko. Oh man, that is just not quite Lightning Bolt. I think I have to keep the Oko around. It seems good enough. So probably what I'll do here is just attack and flashback Dreadhorde. Flashback Preordain. And then we're going to have like a play Tarmogoyf and sit behind Oko kind of plan if this doesn't work out. Brazen Borrower. Man, I didn't play a land. I'm so stupid. Jeez. I really blew it, folks. Brazen Borrower is probably good. Oh well. Alright, well, I just have to get used to playing the deck and playing better. Yeah. Alright. So I think I'm just gonna play Tarmogoyf here. I guess if he wants to Knight of the Reliquary Wasteland shenanigans, that's not too big of a deal yet. I should have I have to actually, think about what my outs are in a given situation. Good heavens. I think we're getting another Knight here. Off a Green Sun Zenith. Or maybe just an Ooze. I would probably get Ooze if I had Green Sun Zenith if I were my opponent. I don't know why you wouldn't. Maybe he already has the Ooze. So what I want to do is get this Oko into play and be able to defend it. But Tarmogoyf is just a little bit small here. So I guess, it's probably better than Hooting Mandrills, which wouldn't be in play right now. Knight of the Reliquary. Okay. So I think if I play Oko and make a Knight into a 3/3, I think that just has to be good enough. Because he can swing with the other Knight. guess I do end up chumping probably with Tarmogoyf. I guess I'm gonna play Brainstorm and see what happens. Like if there's another Tarmogoyf. We're getting night number 3 here. Five mana spell, huh? A questing beast? Thrun the last troll? I guess I should have brainstormed into this. I'm not playing well. God damn. Alright. I'm yeah, not doing great. Yeah, I really should have brainstormed in response to that. Wow, he's just not attacking Oko? That's really interesting. Okay. Alright, these cards seem pretty good. Let's do it like that. It doesn't seem like enough to kill me, right? 4, 9, 12. He could like untap it. I think he already used the thing, so whatever. Oh. Okay, well, it goes down to 1. Okay, well that's fine. Alright. Okay, so we can make this dude into a 3/3. And bolt this guy. And then we can petty theft this guy. And then I can play Wasteland. And I can play this guy. And I can attack for 3. I don't see why not. Well, I might somehow actually pull out this crazy situation. I can't believe my opponent didn't attack Oko last turn. That doesn't seem right. I'm glad I'm not the only one making suboptimal plays. But I guess we'll see what he can do here. But if he plays like Knight of the Reliquary, I just get to make it into a 3/3, kill it with Dreadhorde. Yup. Alright, I think Oko is going to win this one, folks. He's attacking for 2. That should be okay. We'll be able to gain some life off this. See, he should be like taking out that Oko if he wants to win. Maybe he's got something else here. There's Natalia. Okay. Alright, so we'll make this dude into a 3/3. will attack. I think I'm just going to attack with Dreadhorde because we might need a blocker. Alright. Okay. I think I'm just going to play the Brazen Borrower. Okay, we are hanging in there, folks. He's attacking for 2. Can't block with Brazen Borrower because of the Pro Blue. Alright, what's this gonna be? Another night, wow. Okay, so we're trying to ponder into a bolt here. Blast. I guess we're shuffling. Double blast. Alright, so I guess we're making a food because I need that to live. So I think I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Dreadhorde and Brazen Borrower. Blast. These cards don't really do it. Oh man, after all of this, that's really unfortunate. Okay. Um. Damn. Yeah, I had to. I couldn't do anything else there. I couldn't make his knight into a 3/3. That's hard times. We might still be able to make some magic happen here. You know, I think I just lose though. Damn. Okay, I think that I just have to let that one go. Okay, so I have to gain the life off of the food. And then I have to block the knight. Okay. And then I think I can just make this guy into an... I can just attack for 6 here, right? Okay, did he not use his guy? I think that's what happened, is he didn't use his planeswalker, but he might have run out of time if they did. Yeah, I think he could have gained at least 2 life. All right, well that was like a that was like a wild ride, folks. Holy smokes! Something went wrong there when my opponent didn't take out Oko on that one turn. Good heavens. Okay, so for game 2 we're on the play. Let's see if we can't do a little bit better this time. So I'm gonna keep. This hand looks pretty nice, so I'm just gonna fetch Volcanic Island and play Ponder. And we are looking for a single land. Okay, those are lands. I think I'm just gonna do it like this. We might want to pitch that Oko to force. A Dryad Arbor. Well, it's pretty tempting just to lightning bolt it. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. If this is like Elves, or maybe lands, or a 5-color loam or whatever, I mean, that could matter. I don't think Daze is gonna get much better than this. Yeah. And then I don't believe I want to draw Wasteland. I have a fairly stocked graveyard for this Dreadhorde, so I like how this is going so far. Okay. Green Sun. An Allosaurus Shepherd. Okay. So that's fine. So we'll Lightning Bolt the Allosaurus Shepherd. And I'll just go ahead and get Tarmogoyf into play. With 2 Force of Wills, you'd think this would be a pretty good spot. Maybe that's one I should have thought harder about forcing, but I don't know. I guess an Allosaurus Shepherd would be pretty irritating if he found that. I'd have a whole bunch of chances to find an answer here. I don't think that's something I want to counter either. Although it's pretty good. So I'd love to ponder into another bolt. And I guess I don't care about playing Oko, so I guess I'll just start with ponder. But I'd love to bolt and then Dreadhorde bolt. Ask and thou shalt receive. Yep. Yep, I like it. So I think this is the one I have to hit next. I keep fantasizing that I'll play Natural Order. Well, we'll just have to force this one. Okay. So I like Rough and Tumble. That's probably it, eh? Maybe Brazen Borrower. I guess it could bounce like an Archon. I mean, Daze is pretty bad. And he might bring in something random. Alright, let's give this a try. You know what? I'm gonna keep. Once upon a time, there was a story of an Elves player who hopefully got blown out by Rough and Tumble. Wirewood Symbiote's a pretty good one against Rough and Tumble, so probably not. They could somehow not play Wirewood Symbiote this turn. I guess I should have brainstormed in response. That was pretty poor. I gotta slow down. But I guess this will hopefully set up a big Rough and Tumble. I don't know what happened there. but they only have one more mana. Oh, no, he can definitely... He could get a... Okay. Hopefully he plays one more 1-drop, I guess. I guess it doesn't matter. No, he could return that forest. And this Rough and Tumble could get better. Oh, I see. He's just replaying the same one. Right. Okay. Well, you know, I'm not an Elves expert, folks. I just play the Rogue Delver. Okay. Are we going to get one more creature? We are. Alright, well, we'll probably hit a Force of Will here and feel stupid about not forcing. But that's okay. So we'll just play Rough and Tumble. I think it's going to be fine. We'll see, I guess. I'll get Wirewood Symbiote off the table. And then we'll be playing like a Dreadhorde game from there. Holding up Force of Will, so it should be okay. Despite my terrible incompetence. Okay. We get Tropical Island. We'll play Dreadhorde. Alright. I don't know what's going on. See, the thing is I talked about Dreadhorde, and that caused me to play it. Well, the good news is maybe he'll play some more dudes into my Rough and Tumble this turn. He's just going to get an Allosaurus Shepherd into play, and my life is going to be over. A Reclaimer, it's fine. Alright, well he's not playing something like Glimpse of Nature here, or Bog. Okay, well that's fine. Okay, we're going to survive despite my incompetence here. There's no way I won't cast the Rough and Tumble this turn. Oh, another Wirewood Symbiote. But he's going to be out of green sources, I think. Okay. So I think I do want to play Brainstorm first here. There's no way he can... So I'm going to end up attacking after I play Rough and Tumble. Another Rough and Tumble. Oh, that seems good. I can probably afford to put back a Force. Oh yeah, the Rough is going to tag the Reclaimer. That's pretty sweet. Okay, he bounced the Reclaimer. Does he have like a thing, probably a Once Upon a Time or something? Alright, well those seem like good cards. My opponent with a lot of cards in hand. Alright, this time if he plays Glimpse of Nature, I'm definitely Force of Willing it. A Wirewood Symbiote, or I mean a Green Sun for 1. I kind of just want to force it. Like, what could he be getting? I think I'm just gonna force it. Tarmogoyf, it's not bad, so I can play that in Wasteland this turn. I think I'm just gonna force it because I just want to, keep attacking. We'll brainstorm into some more action this turn. I'm gonna preordain away those cards and try to find something good. I think I am gonna preordain here because we just want like Bolt or Force of Will. Okay. Brazen can probably go, and Force will keep. Alright. That'll be fine. That's okay too. Is that 3? That's fine also. And that's okay too. Well, my opponent's really going to be upset about this Rough and Tumble. I think I would have played the game better if I had hadn't, drawn Rough and Tumble. Okay. Oh no. Alrighty. We'll be back for round 3, folks. Okay, so for round 3, we're on the play, and we'll try not to do anything stupid this game. This hand. Well, the turn 1 Delver is good, and the Dreadhorde follow-up on turn 2 is good. I guess if this hand draws like anything, it's pretty good. It's a little unbalanced and not great against combo. I think I'm just going to wing it. It's a little unfortunate that it loses to Wasteland, too. But, I mean, turn 1 Delver, and then if they do waste me, I mean, I've got follow-ups. Well, by follow-ups, I mean a Wasteland of my own. So it's probably that Eldrazi deck. So drawing a land is good. I kind of just want to get Oko into play, so I think I'm going to do that instead of Wastelanding him. Let's see. If he plays like a Thought-Knot Seer, well, I guess it would be okay. But what with having 2 Okos? Chalice on 1. Alright, well, Oko on is pretty good. Alright, what are we getting here? Force of Negation. So that's not bad. I guess I still just need to get this Oko into play. Alright, and then from here, I think we're in an okay position. An endless one. Well, that is, in fact, pretty good against Oko. Yeah, that guy. So we'll Wasteland his Cavern of Souls. We definitely have to make this guy into an elk. And I need to play this Dreadhorde. And attack for 3. And I think it's going to be okay. What I would like to do is get this Tarmogoyf grown. That works also. Okay. Well, Tarmogoyf is pretty good here. Better than Hooting Mandrills. It's going to get pretty large. Alright, so those are the cards that I want. And so we're on the draw. Well, Daze is not at its best. I guess Preordain is not either. So then I would need one more cut. Maybe Bolt isn't that great. I think I'll try this and probably trim another Bolt when I'm for the 4th Daze on the play. I kind of think this hand is probably good enough. It has an answer to Chalice, and that's like the best card in their deck. And it does have Oko and some Lightning Bolt to buy time. I think I'm just going to wing it. Okay, well, we have an answer for that. Force of Negation might do something. Now that he hasn't played Chalice of the Void already, it's certainly less good. Well, now I kind of want to let him attack, because if he plays Eldrazi Displacer, you can be sure that that is one we want to destroy. But he probably would have played it pre-combat. Alright, well that's not a bad draw. So probably some kind of thought not seeing is about to happen. Unless he plays like a big ol' endless one. There's the thought not seer. So this is going to come into play and take Oko. I think I do want to bounce his Brazen Borrower and just draw a card. Seems pretty good. If I draw anything good, I'll get to play it. Seems pretty good. Another Return to Nature. Not very exciting. Well, I get to jam the good card that I drew. He'll have to take something wretched. And he's going to take more damage. We'll be attacking with this Brazen Borrower, so maybe it's not the end of the world. I would definitely force that if I could somehow could. Are we going to get a Reality Smasher? Probably isn't too bad. Okay, an endless one for 5. Alright, well, you know, that's going to happen sometimes. Damn. Well, that's not as bad as a Reality Smasher, so, I mean, that could be okay. Thought not seer. Yeah. Well, I just need to attack twice with Brazen Borrower to win here, so... He didn't attack with Endless One? Well, I think... That's pretty crazy. And now it can't be dismembered, so... Another Brazen Borrower. That's probably good, eh? The other Force of Negation isn't exciting. But I think that's okay. Yeah, I mean, if he does nothing, I can play Brazen Borrower on his end step, and then we can just attack for the win next turn. And an attack for 9 does count as nothing. If he dismembers something, he dies anyway, so that's not a concern. I guess you could have, like, Eliminate or... Okay, well that is an Eliminate. So do I want to Force of Negation this? Yeah, probably, eh? What's this? An Oblivion Ring. Okay. So I get to attack. And then if I just Brazen Borrower, he can't use Ancient Tomb anymore, so I think it's going to be okay here. I can always just return to nature Oblivion Ring to get a blocker. Let's see what he's got here. Not much. I'll just play it on the Endless one. Another Oblivion Ring. Well, that's fine. Okay. Alright, so it's round 4, and we're on the play. This hand seems, idiot-proof. I'll put it to the test. Kind of tempting to fetch basic island here. I guess that's stupid. The Prismatic Vista. So we're going to be playing Oko next turn. I guess I'll just do this now. Probably don't need all these bolts against a Prismatic Vista, but we'll keep them on top. Okay. So now the question is like, do I want to keep this bolt? Or do I want to shuffle it away? Against an Underground Sea in a Prismatic Vista. I mean, if they don't play a creature, you'd have to assume it's not a creature deck. So I think I'll reveal it and shuffle here. And try to have a go at drawing a blue card. That's fine. Alright, Oko. Take us the distance here. Tarmogoyf is a fine also. Tarmogoyf and Oko. Plus, like, counterspell. It seems like a pretty good spot. I guess he could just play another Abrupt Decay on my Oko. If that doesn't happen, though, we should be in a pretty good spot. It could be like Dragon, but at least we have a force for that and a pretty good clock with this Oko plus Tarmogoyf. So against, most of what's going on here, should be okay. And at least the Tarmogoyf will be pretty big if he plays another Abrupt Decay. An Uro. So I'm definitely dazing this. Uro might prove tricky to beat there. That is no lie. And I guess I'm going to play Ponder here. So like Wasteland would be like the best thing imaginable. And a Wasteland is what we'll get, so that's pretty good. And another Oko is like a fine thing to have, so that's pretty cool. See, Hooting Mandrills could be in play here, though, but I like Tarmogoyf typically against Uro. It can get pretty large, but maybe that's dumb logic, because it would be sweet to have that Hooting Mandrills in play right now. But I guess it's not too big of a deal. Okay. Alright, so we can make ourselves a food, play a Tarmogoyf. Then we have this option of pitching Oko to Force, and drawing Lightning Bolt next turn. If he puts Uro into play this turn, it's not going to be too big of a deal. We'll just make it a 3/3 and attack. It looks like he's probably just going to go for the Uro. That's fine. I think we can keep up with that. It'll take him a while to get more cards into his graveyard. Okay. So do I want to draw the Bolt here, or try to draw something more interactive? But we're going to make Oko into a 3/3. If I bolt it out of the way, I can attack for 7. Make it a 3/3. And probably just attack with Tarmogoyf. Or I could make it a 3/3 and then just try to gain control of it. Maybe that's the play. I guess I'm going to shuffle the Lightning Bolt. A Force. Okay, well that's a pretty good draw, so I feel good about this. So we'll just make this thing into a 3/3. true that he seems pretty far away from getting it into play, but I think I'm just going to sit back. If we just gain control of it next turn, life gets so easy. Unless I did attack. What's the exile on this thing? Escape is 5. So he's going to need to get 4 other cards. So he needs to get 4 other cards in the graveyard. He's going to be at 9. And then if I attack for 10 next turn, that does it. Okay, I guess I am going to attack with Tarmogoyf with these 2 Force of Wills. Yeah, I can just Force Will Uro if he somehow plays it next turn. Okay. Oh, he's just going to take it? Alright, well that seems fantastic. Okay. Beating onboard Uro is never easy. But, I mean, this position seems pretty good. If something happens to my Oko, like an Abrupt Decay, I don't think that's going to set us back too much here. We can just make a 3/3 token. Attack for a whole bunch of damage. I kind of want to counter this to keep him off black mana. An Oko for my opponent. That's probably worth forcing. Alright. I think we'll be able to survive this, because we're going to gain control of something here. Yeah, what's he going to do? Because he's going to lose his Oko. Yeah. This doesn't do too much, I don't think. Especially if I draw, like, anything. Well, lands and Force of Will don't do too much. Neither does Daze. Okay, well that scarcely matters, so I'm fine with that. Alright, what's he got here? Nothing? That would be pretty okay with me. I guess I'll attack first and then play Ponder. Lightning Bolt, I would have to fathom, is good enough. Play around Flusterstorm, I guess. All right, always great beating Oko, you know, an onboard Oko. I mean Uro. Okay. I think that will be fine. I guess Lightning Bolt isn't the best. Just make that a Daze also. All right. Well, Oko is certainly a good card in this matchup, and we can brainstorm into some stuff. I guess it would have been better to figure out a way to bluff Pyroblast there. Some Dazes. Those aren't very exciting. So I think I'm going to start with Ponder here, and not... I mean, maybe he'll somehow burn a... Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just going to sit back for a second, holding up those cards. It seems better than just walking into his removal. These Dazes are pretty bad. I wish they were, I should have just made them Force of Wills. An Ice Fang. Sure. An Uro. Alright. Unfortunately, my hand doesn't defend against Uro super well. But I've got all these Dazes and stuff, so I'll probably get to Daze and Uro here. I'll get to play Oko, at least. So I'm just gonna Brainstorm right now. See what we're drawing. Put back a Tarmogoyf, that's not gonna do anything. At least it's not super exciting against this board. I guess Uro is not really about to come back, is it? So I don't need to, like, Daze it next turn. So I'll want to play Ponder next turn. So I'm just going to do this. Okay, that would have been bad if I flushed away a Tarmogoyf for no reason there. So that worked out. This Daze probably isn't going to get better, but we might get to double Daze Uro next turn. Alright, these all seem like pretty good ones. It's unfortunate that I can't... I think I need to draw... I think I just have to draw Force of Negation. And then, Red Elemental Blast. I'm sure I can survive to Ponder until the turn after that. And if I do, it probably gives me the closest thing to an actual shot at this here. Well, it doesn't seem like an Abrupt Decay. Okay. See, we might have to double Daze to stop this nonsense. I guess I do have a Pyroblast on top of my library, eh? But I guess I probably want to save it. I think I'm just gonna have to go for this line. We'll see what he does here. Okay, wow. There's an Abrupt Decay. Well, that's a little unfortunate. It's no lie. So if he goes for Uro with 5 mana, I'm definitely double dazing. Let's hope that happens. Maybe just not Uroing this turn at all, though. Okay, let's... some more manas. Astrolabe. Okay. What's Ponder going to turn up here? Klothys, huh? It's a pretty good one. Not quite ready to play it, though. I want to play Klothys next turn. He's going to try to play Uro on his turn. Okay, so bringing Delver's a little lackluster. We want to play Klothys next turn. We need to be holding up Pyroblast to answer Uro. But Prismatic Strand, that's 4 cards, and he just needs 1 more, so that could happen like any second here. So we really need to hold up Red Elemental Blast for that. Okay, so I think I'm just going to draw the Brainstorm. Put Klothys on top. Yeah, you definitely can't afford to Red Elemental Blast that Ice Fang, unfortunately. Another Ice Fang. Okay, well, that's fine. That's going to be a good Brainstorm. Whatever. Sylvan Library. I think Sylvan Library is a terrible card, and we'll just have to accept that. Well, we'll just have to jam this Klothys here. I guess I should have just brainstormed on his end step. I don't know. But he's going to try to play Uro here. And I'm going to Pyroblast it. Another Ice Fang. Alright, whatever, man. You got yourself some Ice Fangs. I'm hoping he goes for Veil of Summer here, and then I finally get the payoff on these Dazes. If that somehow happens, it'll be pretty awesome. Ooh. Nile Spellbomb? Sure. And an Abrupt Decay. Sure. Away with ye. Dreadhorde's a pretty good one to see. I guess none of these are all that great against what he's got here. What do I want to put back? Probably Delver last because it's not about to flip. And okay, I guess we'll put the Tarmogoyf into play first and make him deal with that. Just got to somehow ride this Klothys to victory here. That's the plan. Maybe he Force of Wills it. How hilarious would that be? Okay. That slows down his Ice Fang army because he has to keep one up as a blocker. I have the food anyway. If I can just not lose, we should be able to get there. I guess an Oko would be pretty good, but I do have this Force of Negation. Okay, well, I like that he's hacking it. He must be going after my grave. Okay. So I guess Dreadhorde isn't going to do too much, but, you know, I might do something at some point. Another Nile Spellbomb. Whatever. It's just too bad I actually don't have a way to get something into the graveyard here. It's just a little unfortunate. We'll see what he does here. If he's like exiling in response. Okay. Unfortunately, Force of Negation also exiles the spell. But, oh man. Well, at this point, I would be like dazing anything just to get cards in the graveyard. He should play something this turn, I would imagine. I mean, I just don't want to like lose to Oko here. I mean, Oko is the card I'm scared of. But we have a Force of Negation. This is a situation where Hooting Mandrills would be better than Tarmogoyf. Another Sylvan Library. It's so terrible. I'm gonna fire off a Daze here. So I'll probably just attack with a 1 Dreadhorde. So I've exiled my own Daze. Yeah, we'll do it. Alright, well there's some fodder for Klothys and the Tarmogoyf. I'm pretty okay with that. Get to get a land into play too. But okay. All right, my opponent's chewing up a bunch of time here, and yeah, Oko's the only card that matters from my opponent for sure. It's funny how Oko dominates games like that. Attacking for 2. Well, obviously there's some kind of follow-up. Dead a winner. Yeah, I think Klothys will win the game, so it's tempting to do something there. Leovold. Well, I can't stop it. It makes me kind of wish I had Force of Negation now, but what are you going to do? I guess we'll exile Assassin's Trophy. But yeah, this doesn't set off Leovold, right? Yeah. Alright, just a couple more turns of nonsense here. Klothys really doing work here. I mean, Winter Orb is incredible against this deck, but you really need like a bunch of them, and it doesn't combo with Dreadhorde. It's going down to 3. Well, he must have got some good stuff. Well, that's not too good. I guess they didn't mean to do it. But yeah, land is a fetch land's not too great against my Klothys here. Alright, well that's not gonna do it for my opponent. Alright, Klothys, keep on Klothysizing. Yeah, the Indestructible Thread, quite good against the wall of removal there. Uro would buy him a little bit more time. I mean, he needs Oko plus Counterspell. I'm sure is the only thing that would do it here. He's sorting his own guy to gain some life. I guess that's fine. Nice. And yeah, this should just win the game here, since I can counter whatever counterspell he might want to play. Alright, for round 5, we're going to be on the play. Reapal Chief is definitely a dude. I should know what he's playing, but I can't remember. But this hand seems fine, regardless. I guess as long as it's not like Belcher. Show me Daze. Chain Lightning. And my opponent could be a lot of things here, but it's pretty hard to not play this Tarmogoyf. I guess Tarmogoyf is better than Dreadhorde here. Ancient Tomb. So one of these curse decks. Alright. Nice. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure it's impossible to lose from here. So this will grow the Tarmogoyf. Play another Tarmogoyf. And so he would just need something crazily good. And if the thing I get to force is not a land or a sorcery, then we'll definitely... No, and he uses Ancient Tomb. We've definitely got it. Yep, we sure do. Okay. On the draw. So I'm interested in Return to Nature and Brazen Borrower. So probably can afford to cut Chain Lightning. Tarmogoyf sure gets pretty big. Delver's probably not as exciting on the draw. Can probably cut a Preordain and a Lightning Bolt too. Okay. Oh, I need my Veil of Summer. If I have a second, I'll probably cut out a Bolt for it. I don't know. It's kind of a questionable card against well, we're definitely keeping. Against like a Chalice deck. Alrighty. I'm feeling good. We're gonna get to, don't have to immediately force something here. I guess the Tarmogoyfs were pretty awesome in this, a lot better than Hooting Mandrills in this matchup. The Castle Locthwain. Playing a Sorceress Spyglass. Doesn't really do anything. He can name Oko. Just attack with our guys. another Delver. Don't see why I wouldn't want to just jam Tarmogoyf nonetheless, you know, this turn. City of Traders. Just gonna pass. Okay, come on, Delver. Give me a flip. That's a flip. A swift end. Destroy target creature, planeswalker, and lose 2 life. I think I'm pretty okay with that. So I think I'll bolt my opponent to grow the Tarmogoyf and play this Delver of Secrets and attack. Oh man, I wanted to save the lightning bolt. Wait, hang on. What does this thing do? Oh, never mind. Okay, that's we can deal with the Murderous Rider coming into play. Can always return to nature as Sorcerer's Spyglass to draw a card. I probably want to pitch Force to Daze here. I can't imagine he's going to walk into Daze at this point in a meaningful way. Sure. Tarmogoyf. It's not bad. So I'll just attack with Tarmogoyf here. And we'll be returning that Sorcerer's Spyglass to nature either way. Or I could just play another Tarmogoyf right now. No, if I draw a land, that'll be pretty awesome. Whoops. Like a land or an instant or a sorcery are all great next turn. Taking 2. And then if I do just see another creature, well, we'll just play Tarmogoyf and hope for the best. Chalice? I would just let Chalice go at this point. Eliminate? Okay, well that's fine. We just so happen to have another Tarmogoyf. Chally. Well, now I'm gonna Daze. That shook out a little, unfortunately, but I think it'll be fine. Dystopia. I guess I have to force this, eh? That's too bad I didn't get this Oko into play. Maybe I should have just let the Chalice go like I was talking about. But I don't know, I didn't want to reveal an instant or sorcery. Ugh. To Tarmogoyf. But I probably blew it for myself there. And I didn't stick to the friggin' plan. Damn. Yeah, why did I just... But I found the land, though. If it was an instant or sorcery and we didn't find the land, it would have been pretty crazy. Is this the Karn? Another Dystopia. Alright. Well, that's got the cumulative upkeep. So, it's not the worst thing in the world. So we'll sacrifice this. Force of Will. Well, that's a flip. Ugh. And the situation is a little precarious now. But so he's just gonna let this go. I should have just kept the land in my hand. I don't know. But then if I draw a land this turn, I can't play Force of Will. But I guess it's not very likely I would be drawing back-to-back lands anyway. But let's see what the crazy follow-up is. I'm sure he's got like Karn here or something. Interesting. So what's the payoff? Okay, well, that's probably going to be bad news. Wasteland. Yeah. Ugh. Came so close here, but I just didn't stick to the plan, but I don't know. But I should have saved my force for something that matters, I guess. Obviously it didn't work out. Yeah. Trinisphere. I mean, I guess I'll force this. Yeah, I don't think there's just no way for me to get things into play here. Alright, well, I blew it. I didn't stick to the plan. Alright, so what happened to that game? I didn't stick to the plan. So maybe Delver's not the best. He's got his eliminates. Oh, I do want Veil of Summer. I kind of want, like, Klothys. That's, like, a way to finish the game out against, like, nonsense. I mean, Bolt is, like, pretty good. I guess, well, Brazen Borrower deals with the hexes and stuff. So Brazen Borrower, maybe Klothys is dumb, and Brazen Borrower is just better. And I should bring in these guys. I'll just cut a Wasteland for a Lightning Bolt. Wasteland's probably good. I don't think Lightning Bolt's very awesome against his deck. I'm just gonna try it like this. I mean, he can't afford to run like Dark Confidant. And I just want to play early Delvers. Alright, here we go. Come on. Alright, this hand seems pretty dope. The land sets up the turn 3 Oko, which seems pretty cool. Ancient Tomb. Chrome Mox. So I'm just going to let the Chalice go. It doesn't do anything. It actually is pretty tempting just to return this to nature. But I guess I'll just try playing the Tarmogoyf. And it's a pretty huge clock. Okay. Okay, he's doing something. Ensnaring Bridge. Well, Oko deals with that easily enough, so I think I'm okay with that. So I'm going to play the Oko. And attack with Tarmogoyf. I think I'm fine just making a food this turn. We'll see where we're at next turn here. Okay, well that I'm gonna go ahead and force here. So I'm gonna make Ensnaring Bridge into a 3/3. And attack with Tarmogoyf. I think Return to Nature on one of his crazy curse things is pretty good. I think I'm just gonna hold up the Return to Nature here and see what he does. Trinisphere. Well, that's okay. Curse of Misfortunes. Yeah. So we get to return that to nature. Okay. And so I think we're just trying to get him dead here. So even if he draws something like that next turn, I'm going to play Dreadhorde, and then we can make that an Elk. next turn. Alright, let's see what my opponent can do here. Okay. Alright, yeah, so we're doing just a quick post-mortem here. Well, I would say the Tarmogoyfs worked out pretty well. It was an interesting lack of blue decks, just the one Snowko. Elves, Maverick, Snowko, and Mono Black Curses. Yeah, I guess the Tarmogoyfs were big. And, man, I guess that's pretty much how we drew it up. So I guess I'm pretty happy with that. We didn't play any Rug Delver Mirrors where Tarmogoyf was, would really shine. But, I mean, it worked out well enough. I guess I'm pretty happy. So I guess this is it. I think this deck is pretty darn good. I mean, you saw the terrible misplays that I made, and we still win 5-0. It's pretty unfair for my opponents. I'm sorry for them. I mean, I like the way if these are the decks that people want to play in the meta, I mean, that's awesome for me. All right, well, that was satisfying. There were some ridiculous games there. Match 1 there against Maverick. I can't believe I won that. I guess that was pretty awesome. But man, yeah, I like what this deck is doing. If I could do anything, I'd get like one more piece of graveyard hate in the sideboard, like a third surgical. All right, thanks, folks.